slump. They give you money to buy stuff. The best trip that we have had with a brand so far. I need to work on that. I'm diving right fucking in, bitch. Like big oversaturate. That was my foot. Don't even. Oh, this candle's like literally almost out. I'm like, can you turn this on, make it cute? Oh, and this is dead too. Okay, try to be aesthetic. Hey guys, it's Anna and Lexi, and we're back with another YouTube video. We got a twin talk on deck for today's video. If you saw on the community board, I posted a little shindig that I will have a poll on my Instagram. Later today, Lexi did as well, but majority of the questions, topics, opinions, story times, etc. led y'all to my Instagram, so we're just gonna dig in. I do want to preface, if we see any repetition questions that we feel are commonly asked or that we've answered in previous videos, definitely check out our other twin talks. I just want some juicy ones. I want some hot topics. Or talk about stuff that we haven't talked about before. Yeah, so yeah. I'm excited. We normally always feel something in one of these, so I'm excited to see what questions that y'all have asked, because I feel like a lot has changed since the last one. Yeah, a lot has. We weren't in school, we're in summertime, we're doing full-time creation for the first time this summer, so we got some snacks. I went to Trader Joe's yesterday. I'll leave you guys our snacks of choice. I have the Swimmers from Trader Joe's and the Crunch Curls. These don't even have flavor. It's a crunch. Do a little scroll through. Guys, y'all came through today. Okay. This is gonna be all over the place. I'm just gonna put them up as we see them and we'll dive right in. Ooh. Stop my diving right fucking in, bitch. Thoughts on influencers copying you guys. I feel like I've noticed blank, but it could just be me. Maybe it's not just you. No, it's not just you. But here's the thing. I feel like within the past 2 years, content creation has just kind of taken over. And I feel like there's an oversaturation of content creators and content creation. So stuff gets thrown around. There's hundreds and thousands of different types of workouts, different leg days, different whatever. And following trends and stuff, you're never gonna be completely original. But I think where we have struggled is when we see people online who don't even follow us, who have bigger platforms or even mutuals, do specific things that we've tried to do to individualize our content. And that's where we kind of get upset. There's been one occasion where we've actually reached out to somebody on behalf of this, because it was blatant, and she admitted to some things but denied others, but then continued to do so, which was kind of frustrating. But you know what? I was like, I'm gonna be the bigger person, whatever, I believe you. If you're telling your truth, you're telling your truth. And I did feel bad doing it, but then I had to realize she's copying my content. Maybe I do something and I think it's original and it's not, and somebody else did it. But the one thing about me is I will always credit someone if they have done something that needs to be credit is given. So if you do a dance on TikTok, you always give dance creds for that exact reason. And obviously not super nitpicky. I've probably thought that I've done something and I thought it was original and I wasn't. But what we're saying is the small little details that we literally talk about brainstorm. I should include that because and then we start doing it and we know I know that that's a niche that Lexi does, this is a niche that I do. It's a little zing on our videos that not only differentiate us from other people, but us from ourselves. Yeah. And so when we see people take those little tidbits that we've literally had conversations about, that's where I sit there and I'm and sometimes don't get me wrong, sometimes I'm flattered. It's I know you're watching my content, but then I look and it says follow back. But you can damn, you don't even follow me. There's one person in specific, and there's one thing that I did in specific. I'm not gonna go into any detail because it'll give it completely away. Where I was and then I lean back. Damn! That's some tea. We started off. Don't get me wrong, there's an oversaturation, I get it. And it's not we're not sitting here oh my god, every video. It's just you'll notice things when you've been in the space for so long where this person kind of does this person does this, or she always does this in this type of video. That's where you can kind of take note. Kind of when people would pin Leah Deeb and Annalise against each other, kind of similar to that. I don't think they were doing the same thing, but a lot of people did. So it's a perspective thing too. Like we might think so, and then people might not. They just might be inspired. But I think inspiration and then taking inspiration and like curating it to yourself are two different things. It's different than like just seeing the idea and then taking it. Question. So someone said like talk about mental health, social anxiety, and the anxiety of being in public and how it affects your personal like life and like the balance of that. I've never used to get anxiety ever. I mean, I would sometimes feel like I never would get anxiety as much as I do now. It is beyond crazy. I get anxiety when I like post a video even sometimes. My anxiety is skyrocketing. Definitely something that I personally never struggled with before, like having a platform online or even just like growing up and like being a woman. Like I've talked about it before, like I just get really like scared and anxious now, and y'all know I'm kind of like a tough cookie out here, so like I'm not really used to. I need to work on that. I'm in check with my emotions, but I'm not used to like feeling this way and like kind of putting myself in like that sort of headspace, because if you guys didn't know, Lex and I were in therapy for like 6 or 8 years growing up. It was like 9. It was a really long time. It was a very long time. Just because of everything that happened when we were younger, and so I feel like personally, I feel like we're emotionally intelligent when it comes to our emotions. Like I want to go up, but it's like I know that I'm going to encounter this or deal with this, and it's just like I don't want to deal with that, because it's like no matter what I wear, no matter what I do, like I feel like we're spooked easily. We also spook each other and then give each other anxiety, which is probably I've told y'all before, like I want to go talk to a therapist again. I just feel like I just need to talk, and at the time my anxiety is caused by like outside things, not by social media in my head. That's kind of like where we're at right now. It's definitely gotten better. For a while, like a couple videos back, like I was not okay. Somebody asked what other brands do you want to work with? I have a really exciting deal that's in the works with literally a dream brand, y'all. It's crazy. And that brand, once it comes out, I will tell you, but I literally about pissed my pants because I was so excited. Yeah. Like 3 of yours, and then only 3 of mine. Skims. This is what I'm buying too. New Balance. It's a good one. I would like NARS or like some skincare, like I love Drunk Elephant. I love like CeraVe. We both use like some sort of skincare brand that we use, and I would say like a clothing brand, like maybe like Abercrombie or something. Abercrombie, just like brands that I use and wear every single day, like that type of beat. Like that's my way, because I feel like those type of partnerships are just so authentic because you know they're real. I think it's a good question. Said, with all the attention now, if you could choose, would you choose not to have a mom? A lot of times where I've said I wish I could just cut it off. I also know in my head too, it doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter what you're wearing, but also at the same time, like we're obviously like built this way for a reason, and you know, have the platforms that we do for a reason. And so it's like, regardless if sometimes I want to cut it off or not, like this is reality and this is life and this is where we were put. Maybe this is what's just meant to be. That's my take on it. It's like, that's a good way of thinking. Yeah. Somebody asked, how do y'all maintain your long-term relationships? Any tips? Honestly, I would just say like communication is a big thing. I'm a big gift-giving, acts of service like type beat. So like, I don't know, I just think communication and planning to see each other and keeping the romance, which is one of the things that I'm actually trying to work on my relationship right now, is keeping the romance going. What do you say on that? I feel like I'm in a really healthy state. Like, what's that supposed to mean? My relationship. Me and Devin are like this, so I just feel like, again, like communication is key. Like some of the times when Lexie sees me talk to Devin, like it might come off a little bit blunt or harsh, but like in certain topics or certain things, like I'm setting a boundary and like vice versa. Like I feel like that's super important, is like respecting each other's boundaries, setting healthy boundaries. You know, like Devin his love languages are quality time and physical touch. Mine are not that, and so sometimes when we spend a certain amount of time together, and like I just need tonight, like I just need to be alone because I really value my time alone, and just like stuff like that. And again, like you said, like keeping the sparks, like you still want to be taking each other on dates, like both sides planning, chivalry on the men's side, like that's really a big thing for me. And yeah, just talking about your feelings and making time for
beautiful jelly belly.
You are so good. Anna, she don't like that.
We're so beautiful. Our mom.
Honestly, pretty much everything that you've heard online, like every relationship is different, including Lexi and I's. Like they're very different, so don't sit and try and compare yourself to other people that you see online.
Because I do
or
that.
even each other. The biggest thing about being in a healthy relationship is loving yourself before preparing and making room to love somebody else, because like that's just never gonna end good. In high school, I had no intention of dating whatsoever. I just saw like my friends and like some of my sisters in relationships. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna wait. Like it's just. I thought I was too. I didn't plan on. It wasn't something that I just even considered until I met Devin, and now we've been dating for almost 3 years. How is your experience with ONERACTIVE so far? That's a really good question. I think when we went to London, that was the like best trip that we have had with a brand so far. I don't know if it was just because we were so excited about traveling to another country, but all of the girls were so nice. London isn't a country. We were going to another country.
Oh,
all the girls were so nice. Our rep, Elena, she was looking out for us. She had our bags the entire time. We were literally only there for 3 days, but it was such an amazing experience.
Oh, Aaliyah's calling me.
The 19th.
You want to say hi? I loved London. I literally always thought I would move there. We went to LA, we had that little scary situation happening, but I think I've never clicked with girls so well as like when we did when we were in LA. Like Abby, Meg, Danielle, Deasia, like it was a really good experience as far as like meeting other content creators. Like I absolutely love that. We had such a good time. I will say since we got signed, the communication has been a lot less. Like I feel like we were talking to them like every day, every week type beat, which is Lex and I's jam. Like especially with longer term partnerships, we never wanted to feel like strictly business. We wanted to feel personal, especially since we love the brand so much. So I will say that, or it'll like take a while to respond and stuff like that. And I know they're busy, like they have a lot of drops, which is so exciting. Other than that, I feel like we've had a really good experience. Definitely like where we're supposed to be and the Activewear brand we're supposed to be working with. Like we absolutely love it. So no complaints as far as that goes. We'll always give you all the tea when it comes to that stuff. So most annoying thing people say because you're twins. A little like, oh my god, are you guys twins? I see double. It's just like, be for real. It's not like we're aware, we know you're aware. Just, I will say it has been a little bit bothersome online because it recently, oh my god, I didn't know there was 2 of them. Like, I completely understand, but also I'm like, it's just a little bit of a side eye. Like, I'm just kind of like, well, because we're in each other's content. We share a joint YouTube channel. And it's like every video. And I like understand, like I get it. Like if you're new here, but like, are you new here? No, yeah. What's up, Big Mouth? To the girls, Ma is coming to play. Love you, Bookie. How do you guys stay focused, organized, and disciplined? I know y'all are gonna hate this fucking answer, but I think it's just the way we're wired. Ever since when we were like young too, I feel like very cleanly people, were very organized. I have a to-do list on my phone of shit that I need to do during the day. I also have a planner that I write in for shit that I need to do during the week. And if I don't do it, it like bothers me. Like that's kind of how, you know, like if I woke up and I didn't make my bed, like I literally would not be able to move forward with any of the tasks that I need to do throughout the day. And before y'all say nothing, I don't have OCD. I've never been diagnosed, so I'm not gonna go ahead and say that I have that. But on maybe some slight degree. I feel like when we were younger, we built those habits, and now, like you said, it's just kind of became wired. Because otherwise, we get so stressed out. Like we need a way to collect our thoughts, and I think that is the way. And a way to like plan our day, especially now working like from home technically, like having structure is literally so essential. Stuff to do. You have content to be consistent with. Like we post very often. And so I just feel like structure, like even without social media, but now especially with social media, is just like how we work and how we navigate through our everyday. Obviously not every day works as planned and stuff like that, but like overall, I feel like when it comes to that stuff, it's never been like a really big issue. It's the worst answer in the world, I know, but like genuinely, That's how we're wired. And I just got a question too about like motivation. Y'all, motivation does not last whatsoever. Like I'm gonna be talking like every other morning, like, oh, like I really just don't want to go.
Like I don't want to do anything.
Or I don't want to do this, whatever. It's like the discipline and the dedication. Like
showing up for yourself.
yeah. Because motivation is not going to stay there long. You can be motivated.
It'll get you a while.
No, yeah. But it's not gonna last because obviously you get that feeling like I don't want to do this, I don't want to go, whatever. You gotta do it for yourself, and that's where the discipline comes in. Cause then you build it as a habit, and then it becomes a part of your routine, and then you just do it.
And then it's just muscle memory. Like our morning routines and everything like that. It's just like what I do. It's not like a go with the flow type beat. It's like I wake up, I do this, I do that, I go to the gym, like, and it's just muscle memory. It's just habit. It's just something that you do every single day because you've scheduled that time for so long. Like your body is used to it.
Like if you wake up at like 6 a.m. for so long, your body will start to naturally wake up around that time. Like it's just kind of like that, if that makes sense.
This is to be going on any EHP events this summer. There's one kind of in the works that we plan on going to, hopefully, but we just don't know anything yet, and
we have never been there. And it's not as exciting as maybe you're like.
But it's
like we've never been there.
It's always nice there.
It's always nice to like visit somewhere that you've never been.
Yeah, we never traveled much growing up, so getting the opportunity now, like we literally get excited for anything. Oh, yeah. This is a good one too. What do you guys think about the whole discussion of de-influencing? Like de-influencing.
Wait, what does that even mean?
I think you said there's an oversaturation of influencers, and I just feel like influencing, like I just think it means like the influence to like buy and like sharing a product and just like bloom. I know what y'all are thinking, so I'm gonna leave it at that because I'm not about to get into nothing. But like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, even like with Amazon, like I love Amazon, but it's like, oh my god, this is what I use every single day. And I even saw a video where this girl was like, you think all these girlies are doing these big hauls every single day about Amazon, and they're not returning the shit?
Genuinely don't like something, I'm not gonna share it because I'm pissed as hell at the product because I spent my money on it. Why would I make somebody else spend their money on it?
But like, you know what I'm saying though? Like the hauls every single day, these girls got something to open, packages to open. No, that's just me. Like I think it's like that sense, like convincing people to buy all this stuff that you need.
I'm gonna tell y'all this, I don't know if some of y'all know this, but like when it comes to that Amazon like influencer program, like once you reach like a certain point of like sales or whatever, or growth, whatever that may be, they give you money to buy stuff.
I haven't reached that point.
On like the influencers end is amazing. It's like could be way more for other people, but they give you a gift card to spend certain money on like products, whatever you want, to share with your audience to further bring in more sales, if that makes sense. So I mean, but just know, like, Anna and I religiously, like, shop off of Amazon.
It's affordable, it's, like, decent quality.
No, it's
decent to good quality. I've had stuff where I bought from, like, Zara, Aritzia, White Fox, like, all those brands, boutiques, rip and tear on me before my shit from Amazon does.
Dead for real.
So, I just think it depends on what you're buying, and I think that it's a really good place to buy affordable, like good and decent quality stuff and products, because like my books, I buy all of them off of Amazon and stuff like that, and even just like clothes, because everywhere is so expensive now. Like I just think it's a good place for stuff, and I just feel like the whole de-influencing thing, people are always trying to sell you something. Someone said your opinion on plastic surgery and cosmetic procedures.
This is one thing I want to talk about, because every single time you search like one of our names or the Learman twins, it's always Lexie Learman.
It's not always.
Well,
it's not.
Some of the time, it's Lexie Learman BBL, Learman Twins BBL, whatever that may be. I just want to say, we are 100% natural, never tried anything, never like whatever. All the supplements that we take, y'all see, Oxy Shred, protein powder, carnitine greens, whatever. 19, just trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle throughout here and on. You know, nothing against people who get plastic surgery.
I think if it's like a really big insecurity and you've been like struggling with it for years or even like your whole life, and like all the power to you.
And if you think that's like gonna fix it, like go ahead.
And if that's like, if you have the money to do so and that's what you want to do, that's fine. I do think though, if you have a platform and you have had work done and people ask or are curious and stuff, I do think it's fair for you to be honest. And like I feel like a good chunk of people are, but there's also a good chunk of people who aren't.
Like one guy who's going around doing like BBL or not on TikTok because some people like have a workout plan, whatever, and then they have a BBL. And like that would be a really good niche for somebody to do. Like come, like get, like
Maintain
I have
my BBL with me.
Yeah, maintain my like that. Whoever would create that content, I feel like would do so well. But it's like I don't have a BBL. Anna doesn't have BBL. I have BBL money. Just know that I'd be paying off my college tuition and more because BBLs are expensive as hell.
I wouldn't get filler or anything, but I would get like Botox, like baby Botox.
I would get Botox in my jaw.
In your masseters?
Yeah, because I clench my jaw when I'm concentrated. I do it a lot, and it actually makes my jaw very swollen. So there'll be times where my face just looks so boxy, and then other times where my face just looks completely snatched.
Well, it's because the Botox relaxes
and
your muscle.
You would do it anytime soon.
No, by any means. But honestly, like I just think like it's all personal preference. Like,
if you get it and you have a platform, just like be honest about it.
Yeah, especially if you're asked, but also just like in general, like if you wouldn't do it, that's fine. But like you shouldn't hate on other people for doing it. Like, it doesn't concern you.
Exactly. That's like the one thing. Like I have no issue with like people getting it, whatever. But I don't like when people hate on other people, especially when they're open about it, because it's like it's not your body and it's not your choice. So yeah. But we don't have BBLs. We don't have BBLs. Okay. I feel like we've been very open about our genetics, our workouts, what we do, our diet, nutrition, and as we learn more, our diet's changing, whatnot. But girl, we don't have a BBL. I mean, so, like, do you think living off campus made it hard to meet people here?
I had a question like that too, where this girl said she just transferred here. Do she think that living on campus is worth it? I think that finding an affordable place within your campus, like in specific, like where we are, if this girl is watching this, I think it is worth it. Because I think being close, at least for the first 2, maybe 3 years, is worth it. Being close to your friends, being close to your classes, being on campus for all the activities, and just like walking purposes to like going out and stuff like that.
Especially on behalf of your social life. Because I was off campus, knowing like the introvert like type of person I am, I would think about, oh, it takes 10 minutes to get there. Like, is it really, like, do I really want to do that? But like being like on campus, I'm like, oh, like it's only like a 5-minute walk or whatever.
To be very honest with you guys, like I literally had so much anxiety about making friends because I wasn't going to be living in the dorms anymore. Like Lexi and I did not have the best time in high school. I just feel like we only clicked with like a few people, and other than that, like I just didn't get it. I thought it was overhyped. I thought it was stupid. I strongly disliked the people I was surrounded by, and I just thought like, well, you know what, once I'm in the cities, make so many friends, because I just know I'm a good person. I know that we're good friends, we care, and I just didn't find many people that reciprocated that, and so I just had this idea in my head. Major switch, and we wouldn't be living in the dorms. I was just so scared. But Lex and I met our entire friend group from going out. Just going out with us two. I don't know how the fuck we did that, because I couldn't do that now.
The girls' bathroom line. That's where that's where we met.
Like our closest friend.
Yeah.
And then from there on out. And it
so
just worked.
I personally think it's most definitely worth it. I think that if you live in the dorms, you'll make friends for sure. But I think it's very worth it to live on campus for the own sake of like your classes, for your social life, and just for convenience for yourself.
But when you're on campus, I will say
it's way more expensive.
It is more expensive, so there's absolutely no reason to be living in the most bad and bougie place ever. Like just find a nice place that's like decently affordable with some good friends and a safe, like decently safe environment, especially depending on where you're located, and you'll be fine. What's your biggest pet peeve in the fitness industry? I think my biggest pet peeve is that everyone has an opinion on like what you're doing and like sharing content online and stuff like that. And I feel like everyone's fitness journey is so individual. Like there's a trend right now, it's like Can't Interrupt, it's Canon event. Obviously I don't want people being unhealthy, but like if the fitness industry was what it was when Lex and I were first starting out, I would have been extremely intimidated, because
like some fitness influencers are training to like compete or training for hypertrophy
or power lift or
doing
bodybuilding. Like it's all like, so many. It's so different.
It's so different, and I feel like it's kind of hard when fitness is categorized into like one thing. Like not everybody's goals are the same. Not everybody started at the same spot. So I feel like it's just, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Everybody has something to say, but like they don't know nothing.
And I also feel like everybody's striving for like growth. And I just feel like I don't see many people where they're just like, yeah, like I'm working out to like move my body and be healthy, and like I'm just content with like my physique and my strength and stuff like that. Like obviously like I have goals. Overall, like I'm not training to be super buff, super strong, super thin, competing, any of that stuff. Like Lexie said, want to be doing what I'm doing now in 50 years, hopefully stronger, yeah, like all of those things considered, but nonetheless, like I'm just doing what I'm doing to move my body because
Obviously,
I enjoy it.
but also when we started, like our goals were different. I mean, I wanted to gain weight, I wanted to gain muscle, and so I thought in my head that's what I was like training for, even though I didn't really know what I was doing like the first like 6 months to like
well, I
a
feel
year.
like that's what I'm saying.
But,
Like everyone's
but,
journey is so individual.
And I'm
so
at a
just
different,
don't-
and like also everybody's at different parts in their journey.
So just don't let any outside factors try and influence like your journey.
Also,
I think this is a really good question because I feel like I'm not answering it like normally. It says, how do you deal with slump days? Baby, I'm a slump.
Anna's
I'm
like queen of like, I'm gonna go lay in bed, or I need to lay in bed. Like, can we do this? And it's like 6 o'clock. She's like, no, like I need to lay in bed. Like, girl needs a good like 4 hours before she goes to sleep to have her time and her time only.
I need my personal time. Like
I'm
I'm
the
just like that.
Yeah, I'm the type of person where like I like being around people or just like knowing that somebody's home. Like if Anna's in her room and I'm like out here, that's fine. But also like when her and Devin make food, I like to just sit out here. Like I like being in other. I like being in other people's company.
I know. Like if I'm having a bad day, like I'm gonna give my time to bask in that, where I just like am irritable, I'm pissed off, I'm gonna lay in bed for like 12 to 6 hours, and just feel like people, especially in like America, there's just like always go, 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 I always gotta be doing something, that girl routine. It is okay to be upset and have an off day. Like it is okay. Because if I just like neglect my feelings and push them away, you're not listening to me?
No, I am.
Put them in my head and just not deal with them, and just obviously I know my limits, I know how my brain works. I'm not doing this like once a week. I'm just saying like in specific, like if you're having a really bad off day, mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever that may be, it is okay to let yourself feel that way. It is just your body processing their emotions. I don't know. And this might not be for everybody, but like Lex and I said earlier, I feel like I am emotionally in check and responsible enough where I kind of know where I stand and how I can handle myself that way, and personally that just works best for me because that's me dealing with my emotions and letting myself have my moment.
So I got a lot of content creation tips. I think we might do some type of dedicated video because there's been a lot of questions, and I feel like it could be a little starter pack to like content creation because I feel like we talk about it a lot. Anna and I don't have the fanciest, nanciest type of things.
No, we ended on iMovie for almost a year on YouTube. Like I feel like we've kind of learned a lot because no one talks about it.
You know what to charge, what to do, what to like, how often to post, like what you want to do. Like there's all of these questions that have like just never been answered and it's never really talked about. And so I feel like we would love to do a video just dedicated to content creation and like how to become a content creator 101 and like stuff that we use that we think were easy to navigate because we just kind of had each other. So that we think that's going to be a whole different video.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the end of it. End of this twin talk. I think we answered a good amount of questions, but we hope that was entertaining enough. Kind of spilled a lot of tea here and there. Okay, so we aren't going to be posting next week, but because we're going to be in Cancun, and we don't want to stress ourselves out because
it's a vacation.
We leave in the middle of the week, and that's kind of like inconvenient to get a video edited and done, especially when we do short form content on TikTok and Instagram as well. So we think that it would just be in our best to that vlog and make sure it's edited just right for y'all the next Sunday. Would like to keep up to date with us, see how the trip is going, because we will post like a lot on our stories.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, catch up on all the other vlogs that you have not watched yet, and subscribe because we know when you're not subscribed. I also think we might change our posting time to 1.
Yeah. Because a lot of you guys said that like 3 is kind of late, which we just did it to like give ourselves more time because in the school year we weren't really getting videos up till like 3, but we'll do that earlier starting from now on as well.
Yeah, so videos will be posted at 1 p.m. Central. See y'all in 2 weeks. Okay?
And we will see y'all in Cancun, bitch.
So thank you so much y'all for tuning in. You stay true, and we'll see y'all
next Sunday.
Next Sunday.